connected. And listen, so this video is for you, okay? There's something within your reality right now that you are dealing with that is, and you don't like it, and it's something that's tampering with your mood and your feeling states and your identity that you're trying to create, and it's something you can't unlock your mind from, and it's hurting you, and you just can't get your mind off of this. And why I say this is because it's happening to you, and you know who you are. There's something right now in your reality. And I'm going to give you a method within this video and a mind training to where you can start unlocking your mind from these things. That way you can reposition yourself into your desired reality in a good mood, in a positive mood, in a powerful mood, with the inner dialogues and imagination, to get back on your path and to allow everything to just kind of come to you within that concept. So remember that. But listen, but whatever this thing is that's in your reality right now that you can't detach from, and no matter what you do, you can't detach from it, it's telling you that you don't have control over your mind. And you don't have control over your reality. So I'll give you an example. If something happens in my reality right now, a family member of mine has a health issue, and and the doctors say there's nothing they can do about it, whatever. And I get all these new bills come in. The IRS is attacking me. I have like 5 different things where everyone's coming after me for money and health and whatever it may be. Okay, so the example is this: I have a lot of negative, like harm, like what most people's perception would be of this is that this stuff is very hurtful, it's very harmful, and you don't want this in your reality, and it doesn't align with the future that you want to have, right? So, and if all this stuff was happening to me, and I didn't have the ability to think positively about it and to actually perceive it as something that's actually happening for my benefit, and I couldn't break free from that, that means that my mind is controlling itself, and I don't have the ability to shift from those negative things and reprogram my thoughts and feel my wish fulfilled. Okay, if I can't unlock my mind from the negative aspects of someone that has health issues in my family, debt coming in, IRS attacking me, all these negative things coming into my world, that means that I don't have control over this. And if we don't have control over this, we don't have control over this, the simulation. And you are living in a simulation. And your ability to be able to unlock yourself, your mind, from this stuff happening to you is what controls it. And it's your power to change what's actually happening and help the family member and get out of debt and to make more money and to solve all of these problems. Because if you're reacting to these things within your reality and you feel like you can't do anything about it, then that's exactly what happens. And then you're subscribing, like I talked about before, when your mind is locked onto something negative within your reality and you can't break your mind away from that, you're subscribing to that channel, like a YouTube channel. If a video pops up, you click on it and you don't like it, okay? You don't like it at all, and you try to click away from it, but really, when you react to that video that's popping up, you're actually hitting the thumbs up, you're leaving a comment, and you're subscribing to that channel. When something negative comes into your world and you react negatively to it, you give your attention to it, and you perceive it as something that's negative, you're literally subscribing to that channel, you're hitting a thumbs up, you're leaving a comment, and you're telling the algorithm that you want to see more videos like that. You want more of that coming into your feed, okay? And when we can't control our thoughts and we can't be present enough, we literally are telling the simulations algorithm to keep bringing more of that into our reality. And there's something happening in your life right now, and you know what it is, that you can't break your mind away from. And what that is telling you and me if that were to happen to me, which I'm not going to say I've mastered the movements of my attention completely, and it does happen to me, but I catch myself and then I break free from it, right? But if that's happening to you right now, it's telling you that's the reason why your life isn't the way you want it to be, and you don't have control over the simulation and your life. Because if something's happening in your reality that you don't like, and you just can't break away from it, and you're focused on the negative part of it, aspect of it, you're perceiving, your perception of it is bad, 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 and you can't get away from it no matter what, it's telling you that you don't have control over your life, over your mind, over your concept of yourself. And that's what's harming you. And that's the reason why everything else isn't the way that it's supposed to be within your reality. But this is the fun part, really. Now that you understand this, now you have to start developing yourself. And even Andrew Carnegie demonstrated this. He became a billionaire in such a short amount of time, and he was even investigated about it because how quickly he made so much money. They investigated him and they found out that everything was legit. He was not, everything that he did was actually providing value and service and solving problems and giving products to millions of people. And that's why he was able to make so much money. And they investigated him, and after they investigated him, they found out everything he was doing was legit and legal. And they asked him, how are you doing this? He says, it's because of this. He says, because I have the ability to control my attention and to control the simulation, essentially. And I don't get distracted by things, and I can hold my attention on one thing for long periods of time. And no matter what comes into my reality, I'm not distracted or thrown off from that. And that's why he was able to create so much money and provide so much value and service to such a high amount of people so quickly. It's because he did not allow his thoughts to attach to anything that was not congruent or relevant or attached to his wish fulfilled into that identity. He didn't allow himself to fall victim to anything that happened within his reality during those moments of time when he was creating things, okay? And that was the identity of the person that he became. But ultimately, it's about this. It's your mind, okay? And if something's coming into your world that's very negative and you can't break away from it, and you think that it's harming you and your perception is negative, and listen, I know there's things that can come into your life that are very, very hurtful, and they feel, and we've been designed to believe that they're so negative to us that it throws us off course completely. Okay? I'm not saying that these things that it's not, I'm not saying not to be compassionate and loving, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, but when something happens in your world, if someone is harmed, they have a health issue, and you become attached to that, and you start feeling bad and sorry for the person, and you observe that as something horrible, and you feel sorry for the person, you're literally making that worse for them. Okay? You're not helping them. You're not helping your reality or their reality within the simulation. So even if you are loving and compassionate and you feel sorry for the person, you're robbing them of their God-given right as creators within the simulation, and you're taking that power away from them, okay? Because they're ultimately creating that from something within themselves, potentially, so people do feel sorry for them, okay? And you're taking all that power away from them and yourself in that process. Okay, so the magic of this and how to redesign your mind to where you can take control of these thoughts, because if any of this is happening and you're not able to control the thoughts and break free from that and start chasing out and not chasing, but living in your wish fulfilled as if it's already happened, and staying congruent with all of the identity that you created within yourself, your state of consciousness, and it totally takes you away from that, it's because you're not in control of your thoughts. And that means that you need to learn from something. It's happening for your benefit, for you to grow into the new version of yourself that you see yourself being, okay? But why I say this is, if you're becoming attached to something within your reality, and you don't have the ability to take your mind off of that and refocus on something else, it's because you don't have control of your thoughts, of your mind. Okay? And that's why it happened. I mean, if you were to go to a really spiritual level, that's why it happened, to show you what you're lacking within your concept of self, within your mind, in order to be that version of yourself that you're trying to create. That's a whole nother video I could get into. But how we do this, like Andrew Carnegie suggested, and what he did, was going dark. It's essentially, I can give a lot of examples, but what we have to do is go within ourselves and stop being distracted from the inside and start visualizing with ourselves, start doing different exercises within our own minds to where we're focusing on one thing, and when we get distracted, we bring it back. Like we have the leaf exercise within the school community. We have the reverse exercise that really Neville Goddard coined, as far as I know, where you replay the day's events in reverse order before you go to sleep at night. And this develops that attention, that power that you have to control the simulation, and this power you have within yourself right now. And these sort of things are very powerful to develop that skill to be able to unlock your mind and put it over here when something like this happens in your reality. Because you're harming yourself, and you're harming the person, and you're harming that creation or whatever's coming into your life that you are perceiving as negative or whatever it is, and you can't get your mind off it. You're only harming yourself, okay? By focusing your attention and all of your energy on that, okay? But through these exercises develops the skill and the power within your mind to be able to detach from those things and then reposition it where all of that is over here now. It's behind you. You're moving forward. You're no longer attached to those things, and you figure out different methods to assist them, because when you get back into your wish fulfilled, or you get back into your identity where your congruent action with that new concept you're trying to create, where you were distracted, what that does is it takes all the positive or all the negative things that were coming to you, you're now perceiving those as positive and living in that reality to where those things aren't going to happen to you, and they're not going to happen to them. They're going to find a cure, something's going to be saved, the IRS made a mistake, the debt was actually a mistake when you reposition your attention. But if not, you can strategically handle those things in the perception and the perceiving those things and observing those things as something positive for you to grow into the version of yourself that you want to be. But I know it's kind of a lot of information, but another thing that you can do that you may be doing, and I see this all the time, driving in a car. Okay, this is one, like when I drive in a car with somebody, they want the radio on, they want to listen to music. They say, hey, turn the music on when it's quiet. I'd be like, I don't understand that, right? They need some noise, they need a TV on, they need music on, they need whatever. They need something playing in the background all the time, and they can't live in a world with silence so they can hear and observe and understand themselves. So if you are doing that right now, if you drive in a car or you're traveling somewhere and you find that you always need like a music in the background or like headphones or whatever it is, if you're driving, stop. Because that is robbing your ability to be able to control your thoughts and how you control the simulation. And also, if you get bored a lot and you feel like, okay, so I'm sitting here on my balcony and there's nothing going on. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. I got to listen to music while I'm out here. I got to go watch Netflix. I got to go to a movie. I got to go out. I got to do this. No, you don't. Okay, that's a lie, and that's a distraction. Through the law of thought transmission, those ideas are coming from the people that have created the music, have created the movies, have created all these different things for you to consume them. And the thoughts are coming into your mind at a spiritual level in the internal world to make you want to do that, and they distract you from you being a creator rather than a consumer. Okay, so stop doing that. That's one way to do it, okay? Eliminate all of that from your life and enjoy nature, enjoy the thoughts. Start listening to your mind in the quiet, okay? Because most people that have to do all this stuff, it's because they can't deal with what's happening in their mind when it's quiet. And you might be, or you might know somebody that's like this, to where they can't sit in the silence. It's because their inner dialogue is creating a reality and creating images in their mind and feeling states that they don't like. So they have to turn on music in order to change that inner dialogue to make them feel good. And that is wrong. That is one of the worst things that you could possibly do, because when you fall asleep at night and you enter the subconscious, you don't have those things to assist you all the time, okay? To create feeling states. You should be able to control your inner dialogue and feel really good without any music, without any of this material things in your world to make you feel whole and complete, okay? And what those things do is they design your mind to not be able to control itself and to go back to the original aspect of the point of this video is, if you have things that are coming into your life that are negative and you can't seem to get your mind off of those things, and then you keep going back and back and back and you can't control that, you find that whether that's relationships or money or whatever it is in your reality, it's because you don't have control of your mind. I mean, that's 100% what it is. You don't have control of that, and these are the reasons, okay? So turn off the music, go silent, practice this to where you don't have music, you don't have a TV, you don't have noise in the background all the time, and design your mind this way. And then go into these meditations to where you eyes open or even eyes closed and start visualizing something, the future event or the leaf exercise, or just doing a meditation to where you're present and whole and you're observing your thoughts, seeing what they're doing, because that's what's leading you to your next life, so that's what's leading you. You can predict your future from that. So I made this video because I feel that you are dealing with this right now. There's something in your reality that you can't break your mind free from. And it's telling you that you don't have control of it, okay? And that's why your life isn't the way that you want it to be right now. So you have to go within, you have to go dark, you have to get rid of the music, you have to get rid of the Netflix, you have to get rid of all the noise in the background, okay? All of it. Get rid of it, start going within yourself, observing your inner dialogue, seeing what's going on, visualizing as you're going to sleep every night your desired outcome. And then what that does is it gives you control and awakens you in the present moment to where you can start controlling what you're reacting to, and also substance abuse and all these other things too that also damage that part of your mind. So if you're doing any of that, get rid of that as well. Even instant gratification with food that tastes really good, that you can't stop yourself from eating. It's actually another point, that you don't have control of your minds too. Okay? But get rid of all this stuff, do the leaf exercise, the reverse course, join my school community in the very first link in the description, where we have a classroom and a community we're all gaining this ability within our own minds within that community. And there's a classroom I have video courses that teach you this specifically, how to do this. So, but if you have that issue right now, it can be cured, it can be solved. Don't think that you have to live with that. It can be changed right now. You can do it. You can fix it right now. You just have to do those. Okay? I love you guys, and I'm gonna make some other videos on those points. I know there's a lot of information, but it kind of came to me really quickly, and I wanted to make this video and to give that information. And if the sound of the ocean is bothering you right now, or during this video, and you're gonna leave a comment about that, That's because you don't have control of your thoughts too. And your mind is programmed for negativity rather than the beauty of nature. And I was reading the comments to the last video because I know it's loud. There's a lot of storms going on here right now. So there's a breeze and a lot of wind. But if you are saying that sound of nature is bothering you, it's because your mind is programmed, you don't have control of it. You have a negative aspect of your reality and your perception of it. And that's actually really harming you, and it's showing you the issues of why you, a lot of the issues that you have in your life right now. But